So what is going on, guys? It is ShadowDog157 back here with another video. And in today's video we are going to be doing a story time, and basically I'm going to be telling you guys about the first time I had sex, or you know, the first time I had relations with a woman. It's a pretty embarrassing story, to be honest. Like, I'm not a fan of what happened, and so I'm gonna post it on YouTube. So yeah, so we're gonna do this. I've told this story in person and people got a good laugh, so maybe I can get the same out of you guys. I mean, I don't know. But first, before we begin the story, I'd like to say that I haven't uploaded in about a week, and that's because I went to take the ASVAB for the Army and I failed it. So your boy's a dumbass, so I'm going to be studying for that, so I'm not gonna have as much time to upload and get gameplay and stuff like that. But after I pass it, I can tell you guys like tips on how I did it, because I'm in the middle of that right now. But so basically, we're gonna start off this story. The setting. All right, so we'll start with the setting. The setting was junior year of high school, right? And I graduated last year, so this is about 3 years ago. I was 17 years old, right? And I was just coming off of a breakup with a girl I really liked. I made a video about the said girl that I liked a lot, which I kind of regret. I might delete it. I'm not 100% sure, but so basically, I was taking this class called criminal justice, and criminal justice class is basically, you know, you learn about like police officers and the law enforcement, and you know, basically the whole criminal justice field, you know, lawyers and stuff like that. So basically, I was in that class my junior year, and it's a vocational class. So you're in there for 2.5 hours, right? And there's this girl, while I was dating the last girl, there was this girl in there that was good looking, but I never really like paid much attention to her because I was dating the other girl, right? So I'm sitting there, and you know, I saw her and I was like, oh yeah, you know, she's cute, but at the same time I didn't really, you know, do or say anything, because I'm a loyal dude. But at the same time, you know, I was looking, you know what I'm saying? I was looking, right? And so I'm sitting there, and we'll call the girl that I saw in my criminal justice class, we'll call her I was gonna say Carl, but that's kind of gay, and I'm not gay, so we'll call her Chloe. So I'm sitting there, and me and I think what I called my ex-girlfriend at the time in my last video was Ashley, so we'll go with that. So me and Ashley just broke up not too long ago, right? And I'm upset about it. You know, it's my first heartbreak, so you know, I'm kind of going through shit. And what the fuck did I say we'd call her? Carla or something? Alright, so anyway, Chloe. So Chloe comes up, right? And I guess she noticed that I was like upset or something, so she started talking to me, right? And I had a friend in there named Alex, and me and him both, you know, after me and Ashley broke up, we were both fucking like, you know, yeah, she's hot, you know. And she came up and talked to me, so I guess I was the lucky one out of that. And we were sitting there. She comes up and talks to me. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, you know. I'm like, what's up? And I end up getting her Snapchat, right? So me and her are Snapchatting back and forth. And we're Snapchatting back and forth or whatever. And you know, me and her kind of flirting with each other a little bit. And I'm still heartbroken at the situation, but I mean, you know, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, you know, this fine girl is, you know, coming up to me trying to talk to me. I'm not, you know, yeah, I'll talk to her, you know. And by this time I've never had sex, so you know, it's like, it's kind of like, damn, you know. So anyway, I'm sitting there, and like, I've done stuff by this point, but I'm not, you know, I haven't had sex. That was like the one thing I haven't done. And I'm sitting there, and you know, she's like, hey, would you like to, you know, come over to my house, or, you know, whatever. I'm like, alright, yeah, that's cool, you know. Like, I was like, alright, bet. She's like, my parents ain't gonna be home. I was like, big bet, you know what I'm saying? So I go over to her house, right? I'm at her crib. Oh, watch this gameplay real quick. I'm about to die. But so I'm sitting there. So I'm sitting there, and yeah, I go over to her house, right? And I'm sitting there, and me and her in the living room, and we start making out a little bit. Hands are going places, and so basically me and her go into her room or whatever, and it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to clap them cheeks. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm sitting there and I'm getting ready, right? Well, I got a little condom, and not a little condom, but I got a condom, right? So I'm sitting there, and I go to put it on, and then when I put it on, home dog downstairs doesn't want to go no more, right? So I'm like, bro, what the fuck's going on? So I go back out, and I was like, all right, maybe if I kiss her a little bit, I can get back into it. I started kissing her, bro. Nothing is happening, right? Nothing at all. So basically, we couldn't have sex because I wasn't getting a hard on, right? So I was like, well, damn. So we sit there, and later on, like, so we just it didn't happen, right? So I'm like, well, fuck. So a week goes by, and she invites me over again to redeem myself, right? But her parents are gonna be home this time, so I'm like, fuck. So she told me to sneak into her house, right? So I sneak into her house, and I'm sitting there, and my bad, guys. So I sneak into her house, and I'm like, all right, this is cool or whatever, and we start making out and shit in her room, because her room was on the first floor, so I could just sneak through the window, and plus on top of that, like, the back door was like right next to her room, so I could just like fucking zoop right in without them knowing. And like the parents' like room was like on the other side of the house, so I'm sitting there, and me and her start doing the deed, right? and so we're going, and we both finish up or whatever, and so I had school the next morning, right? She was a senior and I was a junior, so it was towards the part of the year where she didn't have to go to school no more, right? Because seniors get out early, and so I'm like, well, fuck, I'm gonna stay here for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So me and her laying down, it's like 4 or 5 in the morning, and then her parents wake up. I'm like, well, fuck. So I had to jump out her window and fucking book it, like, in the backyard, and like out of there. And I made it to school, and yeah, that was my first time having relations with a woman. I hope you guys did like this story. If you guys like stories like this, I mean, we could do, I could tell you guys more stories about pretty much anything. So yeah, so I hope you guys did like this video. If you did, make sure you guys drop a like on this video, and subscribe, and give me some feedback in the comments. I hope you guys did like this video. If you did, drop a like, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.